Hello, this is Heisenberg.
Hey there, this is G Forever.
Yes, we're here to review the Hiya Toys Heat Ray Godzilla action figure. And here's a box.
The Exquisite Basic Godzilla vs. Kong Heat Ray Godzilla action figure by Hiya.
Yay. Yes, clearly labeled.
Yes, and beautiful box art, I'd say, and really nice blue theme going on. We can see Exquisite Basic. We have Godzilla vs. Kong's logo, the MonsterVerse logo, and don't eat
Yeah.
it.
Hiya
Choking
Toys logo.
hazard.
Yeah, choking hazard. Don't eat Godzilla.
Yep.
There's information
And
on
yeah,
Hiya.
we
And yeah, like I
can.
said, they made I think made in China, but you can buy this worldwide now, I think except for Japan.
Yes, except for Japan, but everywhere else. So, yeah, we can. There's all the information if you ever want to stop by their office in Guangzhou, or sorry, actually Shanghai, or if you want to email them, call them, whatever you want. Their contact information is there. All right, we have to thank
Yeah.
Haya for sending us this wonderful sample to review, and let's get him out of the box.
Yeah, it's nice. It looks like he's all one piece. You don't have to stick the tail on.
Exactly. And really nicely protected. This plastic, there's like multiple layers of plastic holding him in. And he's also wrapped in plastic. So very nice. The shipping box, we just got a plain brown box, nothing fancy. But it did its job protecting it with a lot of padding. All
Yeah, it comes with
right.
some extras here. It has two heads, two necks, and the heat ray.
Yes, a translucent heat ray to be precise. So very, very cool. And here are the other parts out of the box. So this is what he looks like out of the box. So we can move him around to kind of loosen him up because he's a little stiff from the long distance travel.
But nice blue. Do you like the blue on him?
Yeah, it's a good choice of blue. And it's the detail is still spot on, just like as you expect from the previous releases. So, a very highly detailed figure if you're looking for something like that with a lot of posable articulation.
Yeah, it sells for about $50. So Big Bad Toy Store sells them, for example, Entertainment Earth, I think other retailers. Expected out like sometime late 2023.
Yeah, and if you're in China, you can even get this for less. It's probably like $30 or less in China. So very great price for this figure. And again, the details is just incredible for the price point. The paint is pretty good, and we'll take a look at them closer in just a moment.
Yeah, it looks like there's blue on the like head and the eyes and the mouth, and then on the neck and the chest here.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of blue. So yeah, it's all over his chest and neck, and his head. So it's kind of neat. Of course, the back fins. The mouth is all blue and the tongue is blue. I like it's not like toothpaste blue, like all over his gums. So it's nicely contained in the mouth and the teeth and the tongue. And you can stick the fire breath in there with the second head, which we'll see in a moment.
It looks like the
What do you
parts that are not blue, it still has kind of like that clay colored in the cracks.
Correct. Yeah, it's less prominent on this figure. So they didn't put so much clay. They kind of left the clay kind of on the under parts, like his underarms, under his legs, and under his tail. So not too much on the side of his body. And yeah,
Oh
we
yeah.
can see the articulation. Very nice double joints on the knees. The feet move, and out of the box, he's stiff, just like the previous ones. So if you heat him up, you can kind of loosen it up,
Yeah, which
all the
sculpture
different
is this?
joints. So this is based off of the actually just recently released the 2019 sculpt. So it's not the 2021 original sculpt that they put out. It is the 2019 one, which we'll see in a moment. We'll have all the different um, Hiya Godzilla figures side by side, so you'll get an idea which one it is. But yes, it's the 2019 one, and I like this one.
So it's
And
a little
it's
shiny on the spikes there.
Yes, the spikes have a little bit of gloss, but the body is matte. So I think the tips, actually no, it's the whole, all of the spikes is has the gloss. I think the tips are just more glossier, probably because of the darker blue paint. And the tail is nice. It reminds me of the Prime One Studios blue on the tail.
Oh yeah, very nice. Yeah, and
Yeah,
quite a variety of color on the spikes looks like too. It looks like it's sort of like more white towards the body and more dark
hmm
at the far, away from the body.
correct. Yeah, it's nice. They did a lot of different shades. Goes from different types of light blue, some white, and then kind of shifting off to a very dark blue at the tips. It's an interesting choice because normally I think the tips are lighter, I want to say. So, um, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Yeah, we'll
it's
have to compare it. Yeah, we are going to do
yeah.
some nice comparisons. So we'll have to
hmm
see if this is different from how other people have done it.
Yeah. Yeah. So most of the figures for the Heat Ray versions have been a lot of them have been translucent. So I think I probably would have preferred it if they went with a translucent route since the Heat Ray was translucent. But this, it's still a nice paint job that
Oh
they've
yeah, and you're
done.
doing the
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 swim
swimming
pose.
pose. But by the way, I
Yeah.
think it's noticed. Like I saw another reviewer for the swimming pose. He switched to the other neck, and I think with
Oh
the other
yeah.
neck, it actually makes the swimming pose easier because he's sort of like he's looking
Looking straight,
more
right?
straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we haven't seen we haven't seen the other neck yet. So, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll
but you're
do
gonna
a
give looks like you're gonna
swap
give
out
him a good
later.
twist here in the middle, so you can twist him at the waist. Looks like
Correct.
it
Yeah. So
takes some effort.
yeah, they all can twist at the waist. Again, to loosen it up, you do need a hair dryer. Right now, he has not been heated up, so he's quite stiff. But it does work. So you can make Godzilla do some strange poses if you like. But yeah, he can twist and turn and all sorts of movements for this Haya figure.
Oh yeah, yeah, good there. The yeah, including the tongue. Tongue can go up and down.
Yes, by default, the tongue likes to go up, so you do need to kind of pull it back down if you want like a roaring mouth.
Okay, so there's the peg. So you get, again, so like the head and the neck are two separate pieces.
There it is.
Okay, so here's the second neck, more for like up. Yeah, that's more of a one solid piece.
Correct. Yeah, and it is so it's different than the other neck. The other neck has multiple pieces and it's like a soft rubber material. And this is more of a hard plastic material, probably more closer to like what his body and the leg and arms feel like.
Yeah, this is the
Um,
second head, which lets you
mhm,
put on the heat ray.
correct.
But yeah,
So
it
it
looks like you're having some trouble getting it on.
Yeah, surprisingly, it's not as easy as I imagined. It's the peg is a little too short, and either it's the peg is too short or the neck is too long. So it's struggling to stay in. So the second head, the details in the mouth is kind of left out, so you can have it's more like a flat top of the mouth, a flat bottom of the mouth with no tongue. So you can put that heat ray into it and kind of locks in there. Um, so I think it's pretty neat. It's the heat ray is a little bit kind of strange because it's almost like it's tilted like it's he's shooting it
Yeah,
straight up from his tongue rather than from his throat. So that's my little critique on the heat ray. But otherwise the heat ray is done very well. I like how they have like a metal rod inside to keep it straight so you don't need any extra things to hold it up. And the neck can support its weight. So
yeah, it
very
looks yeah,
nicely
it's a big
done.
one. So it's got some weight to it.
A little bit, yeah. I want to say the that metal rod helps keep it straight so it doesn't bend over time. But I guess we'll also see if it'll bend the metal rod or not. So I'm
Oh,
not
and
sure
there
if you can.
goes the head.
Yeah, there's goes the head. So
So I watched some
yeah.
other reviewers, and like I think everybody like had trouble getting this head on. So some of them suggest heating up the net that peg, heating up that peg with the hair dryer, and just sort of like really and really just putting some effort into getting it on. So okay, so this is the standard neck. You've combined the standard neck with the mouth. Oh, that, oh yeah, and then but you didn't get it on quite all the way.
Yeah, so yeah, what I did, I used a hair dryer on the head and used a lot of force to shove the head into that peg. So you can also switch the heat ray to point down, so that works as well. Again, it's kind of strange. Like I would think the heat ray should be straight from the mouth rather than kind of at a slight angle, but it still works.
Yeah.
It still looks fine.
And like I said, with that, yeah, and you're having a little trouble keeping that head on. But like I said, I watched several reviews. I think it can be done. You can get the,
Yeah,
yeah,
I haven't tried.
you can get the head to stay on, but it's like, yeah, maybe a hair dryer to help, and also a lot of, but
Mhm.
yeah, with it takes some effort.
Yeah, you definitely have to angle that peg right. And I'll try heating up the peg itself. That I haven't tried. But yes, a lot of force should help as well. But the soft neck is a lot easier to work with because it does give you more wiggle room to push the head onto the peg. The solid neck is the one that's giving the trouble.
Yeah,
But yes,
so here's the neck. Yeah, so here's the like neck that,
solid neck. Yep.
yeah, the solid neck, and then the yeah, the regular head. So
Yep.
here,
And
okay, so on the
mm,
left, I take it is the original 2021
hmm
Hiya, and on the right is the more recent 2019 Hiya.
correct. And if you can just look at the details on the chest, the neck, and of course the head, you can see it is from the 2019 version and not the original 2021 Hiya, which is fine because the 2019 one definitely has a lot of improved details. I do like the original 21. Some for some reason that darker color scheme matches this figure quite nicely. So I'm curious to see what their reissue version of the 2021 Hiya Godzilla will be. So perhaps it's just a using the 2019 sculpt with the darker paint scheme, but you can see the differences. The original one has the peg on the jaw. The scales under the armpit area is less detailed on the original 21, and the Heat Ray
Okay.
21 uses
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
19
And then you just swapped in the
updates.
2019 with the standard
Mm-hmm.
paint. So again, these are the same
Yes,
sculpture, different paint.
correct. So you can see the scales right under the armpit as well as the back fins. They match up to each other. So I'm curious, Heisenberg, why did they call this 2021 Heat Ray? They could have just kept it as 2019 Heat Ray.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, so here's the Playmates to compare it to. Notice it's
Mm-hmm.
bigger than this is the Heat 2021 Playmates Heat Ray version,
Yep. And
which is a favorite of mine. But that's like a
yeah.
6-inch figure, so the Hiya is definitely bigger.
Yep, and has translucent back fins, which you love. And
Yeah,
there's also
and battle damage.
one feature that Playmates has over Hiya is battle damage.
Yeah. Now on the left is the NECA 2019 Heat Ray version. And notice the
Mm,
paint is quite different. It's like the NECA is like more of an aqua color,
yep.
but also it's like it's sort of like it's spread around more, like it's got these veins on his body.
Yes. Yeah. And the more I see this NECA figure, the more I like it again. Like yeah, they've done a really nice job with the paint work. And the veins is a kind of nice little effect there. And I love how the this one doesn't have translucent parts either, but the way the paint kind of has like a reflecting material, like almost metallic like. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the
And
NECA a lot too. I wish it was a little more blue and less aqua,
mm,
but otherwise I really like the yeah, how they've like done it.
yeah.
So yeah, notice it's quite a contrast now with the Hiya. Notice the Hiya, the blue is much more like contained on just
Yes,
certain
just the
parts.
back fins. Yeah, so you don't have any blue on the legs, which I was a little disappointed on the Haya. But I guess that I'm assuming they're trying to go for the 21 look. I have to watch the movie again. Maybe the blue is contained more on the back fins and just the like the chest area and not on the arms and legs. But yeah, you can see there's a lot more blue on the NECA
Yeah, I like
compared
how
to
the
the
NECA's
Haya.
eyes are done too, like sort of like the blue around
Yes.
the eyes, the blue and the white.
Yeah, it really contrasts quite a bit. So it really brings out those white pupils. Really nice godlike feeling. But of course, the Haya has a lot more detail if you're looking for more of that sculpture, like the accurate sculpture. especially in the face area. You can't beat NECA with the sculpture, but NECA definitely is a nice option. For paint wise, I want to give the trophy to NECA because I like that paint
And
job.
here's the on the left SH Monster Arts 2019 poster version. Quite rare, but very well regarded. And
Yeah,
also that's also sort of painted translucent, like
correct. And
translucent, but paint over it.
yeah, so the only way to get that Monster Arts figure is if you had to buy the Blu-ray box set.
Yeah, and that's sold out.
Yep. So yeah, it's a really nice figure. Definitely a little bit more simple when it comes to the paint work. It's just translucent with some black paint over the body. But the way they did it and the material they use is really nice. I
Oh
like
yeah,
the effects that it gives off.
yeah. This is one of my favorite SH Monster Arts, I think. And then, but
Hmm.
yeah, here too, it's like when we look at the spikes again, I think this is like it is going the opposite, where the darker color is towards the body and the
Hmm.
lighter color is like away from the body on the
Yeah.
spikes.
Yep.
He's also got a blue,
Blue
so he's also got
chest. Yeah.
well,
Blue tongue.
blue tongue
Yep.
and blue mouth there.
Yeah. So this is
Yeah,
better
so
than the
yeah, look
20.
like well, actually the tips, I guess
All the
the
tips are
tips are
dark here.
dark,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like but it's sort of like a darker blue, yeah, darker
Hmm.
blue close to the body, and then sort of like in the middle is kind of lighter. It's definitely a
Yeah.
difference here. And here's
Yep.
the heat rays
Heat
that
ray
they come
size.
with. Yeah.
Yep. So notice the Monster Arts because it doesn't have that mo metal rod, it's starting to tilt a little bit due to the weight. So it's no longer straight. So we'll see if Haya's metal rod holds up over time, but I think it will. It seems like it's pretty solid.
And here's the
And
Playmates with his heat ray.
hmm yeah, look how long the the Haya heat ray is.
And
That's
here's the
really nice.
NECA with his heat ray, and the NECA came with that little splash. That's a separate
Yeah,
piece
which is
that you can.
different and it's kind of fun.
Yeah, no one else has done that, and yeah, I
Hmm.
like that too.
Yeah, yeah, it's unique. It makes it different. So
And this,
yeah, I
hey, this
like
is the
it.
Hiya Kong.
Correct. Yep. So you can match Kong with Godzilla 2021 to recreate some nice battle scenes.
Oh yeah, so here we go. Here's all four of these
All of them
heat
with their
ray
heat
Godzillas.
rays. Yeah. So a lot of different options for
So
the.
yeah, interesting. Yeah, quite a few different choices on like how which parts were made blue.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I think each of
the shade
them.
of blue. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, each of them are unique, and if you can, I would say, try to hunt these down because they're all unique and pretty nice, depending on your taste. All right, thanks again to Haya for providing this wonderful sample for us to review, and yeah, another awesome option from Haya.
Oh yes, this is Heisenberg.
And G Forever, hope you enjoy the exquisite basic Godzilla vs. Kong Heat Ray Godzilla action figure.